Hey homesteaders, I'm out here in the garden. It's February like 21st or something like that, or it's really close, February 22nd. It's in February, late February, and it's like springtime out here. I can't believe how warm it is. Everything is growing. There's buds on all the fruit trees. It's ridiculous. I feel like I got ripped off from wintertime. And so I'm out here in the spring garden. I'm out here. I feel like I'm getting, I got to catch up and get some things done I didn't get done yet. And so what I'm doing is I'm out here and I'm cutting down these plum trees. Now, the last couple of years I've had these two plum trees, one here and then one there. And I cut them both down today. And when I first got out here in this space we were going to keep as our garden, these plum trees really didn't produce well for us. And so there were other plum trees, like here's a stump here, right there, and then there's a stump there. And so I thought if I cut the other plum trees, the wild plum trees that were around this one, it might help these to grow better. And so I did the same thing over there, cut a couple plums around that. So it was only just this one and that one. And so I pruned these things back really hard, and I'm like, okay, if I prune these back, they're going to produce. And so like 2 years go by. Last year was its last year to produce. I'm like, okay, it better produce this year. If it doesn't, I'm cutting it down. Didn't produce. It got attacked real hard also by some Japanese beetles. So I'm like, that's it, I'm cutting them down, because what I really want to do throughout this whole area right here is put down a big bed for squash. There's a couple of varieties I want to plant. You know about the Ozark Mountain Potato variety that we plant, that we sell sometimes on the website. I want to grow that, and then there's another one that I want to grow. I think it's the, I can't remember the name of it, but I'll talk about it in later videos. But there's a couple squash varieties I really want to grow over this area right here. And this is really fertile soil. We've been putting down rabbit manure over the last couple of years on this without growing too much on it. So it's really fertile right now. Good ground to grow the squash in. And I'm trying to get other stuff around here ready. Some of these raised beds in the right order. The main part of the garden is all ready to go. That's been sitting that way since the winter time. So that's just, it's sitting there and it's ready to go. And then, I mean, everything else is ready to go here. I just gotta get this tree cleared out. The blackberries are looking excellent. I'll show you those. I put down a bunch of hay over that. So it's not really hay, it's straw. It's wheat straw. There's a guy in town that grows wheat straw. And so I had that whole path that I can get on one side of the blackberry trellises and pick berries, you know, so that'll keep the weeds from growing up, you know, all this coming summer. And so I can just pick berries all summer long. And then on this side too, I'll put the same thing. So I'll put cardboard down along everywhere and put the wheat straw, which are the bales over there you see. And I've already started doing that here. So you can kind of see how that's working out. You put the cardboard down, put the wheat straw down real thick, and then you can plant whatever you want to plant, and it keeps the weeds really at bay. It does an amazing job of keeping the weeds at bay. And then over here, this is some mulch that we got for free in town, or basically you give them a couple dollars and they'll load up for you with their bucket loader in the back of your truck, and basically for free. And I just put that down here, and what I've been doing the last couple weeks, and I'm going to continue doing, is putting the raw chicken manure down. And this is where we're going to grow the row of corn. Now, Deep South Homestead has said on his radio or his podcast that he does weekly, that for his corn, he just puts raw chicken manure down because they want the corn wants the nitrogen. He says, you know, I've always been told not to do that because it'll burn your crops. But he says that he does it for his corn and it's fine. So I'm going to try that this year. I'm going to try to put tons and tons of just chicken manure, lots of fertilizers, you know, for the sheep or whatever I have right down in here, and grow our corn. And hopefully we'll get better results than what we've had in the past. Here's our peach tree in the garden. I'm going to keep this guy. He's doing just fantastic. And I pruned him back really hard this year. Cut off the tops because we visited a peach farm and we saw that all the tops were cut off, and they kept the tops cut to keep it easily reachable for the fruit, you know, as it grows. And it's budding out. And folks, look at that. It's budding. Let me see if I can get that to focus. Come on, focus. I don't know if it's gonna focus. We're getting some updated camera equipment, but you can see the buds are on there, and it's just, I'm really worried, guys. February, I mean, for this stuff to be budding out so early, it's just, I'm worried that they're gonna fall off. I have a really horrible camera right here that's not gonna allow that to focus. Anyway, new camera equipment is coming here soon, but it's February, folks, and this stuff is already budding out. That's just not normal for our area. So I'm really hoping that a late frost does not come along and bust those buds off and hurts this tree. You know, it's still got a year or so before we can really eat on it anyway. It's just, you know, if fruit does pop up on this tree. There was fruit on this tree last year. I picked it all off and threw it to the ground. You know, that sends, you know, the energy it needs into the roots, and it's coming along really well. So there's some really good girth in there. It's growing really well, so I'm excited. Now, this peach tree is going to produce really well for us. I got this from a seedling that had sprouted from our neighbor who lives off in the distance that way. And you know, he got hit. I mean, his tree produces an amazing amount of fruit every year if conditions are right. And so I'm hoping that this tree will do the same thing for us. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. There's a garlic bed that's growing. Lots of garlic right there. Lots more garlic growing over there. That's really what the garden is. It's kind of in a state of, you know, wait and see right now. Spring's not here yet, you know, even though it feels like it is. I'm not planting anything yet. It's just, you know, we're kind of in that time where you really want to get going, but I don't want to get started too early because, man, this area is known for late frost. We can get a good frost in March and in, you know, even early April. We even had a number of years back, we even had a snow. It was May 1st, 3 inches of snow, May 1st. So, man, you just got to be careful. I wait until I know for sure that all, you know, threat of frost is past before I start putting all my plants in. But this year we're going to do a lot of beans, we're going to do a lot of peppers again, a lot of tomatoes. Check out our season episodes, folks, to see all of the amazing produce that we grow every year. That's really where you see, you know, where our garden explodes, you know, by July. We are exploding with produce, all kinds of fresh stuff to eat. And we love it. We love it. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Not a whole lot looking. We're just getting everything ready. That wheat straw, when it's down, it'll provide some amazing coverage for keeping all these weeds down and allowing all of our squash to grow this year. So we'll keep you updated on all that. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, if you like this video, check out this list of amazing people. These are patrons. They make all of our videos possible. For more information, you can go to patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead and see all the benefits. Other than that, check out these videos over here on the left. They will guide you to some amazing other videos that we have. We'll see you next time on American Homestead.